Yo, what's happening, people, and welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast, where you're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way.
Yes.
And it's been a while. I've been getting a lot of questions. I was at a wedding in Canada. I was at another wedding yesterday. A lot of people asking me where. Been no people getting worried.
The Podfathers.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back.
People getting worried that pod was over. There was no more content. Now there's still content. We're going to be back every week like we have been for the last 2 years. That was on me. I was on holiday in Canada. One thing I'll say about that quickly, because I was getting up at like 7 o'clock to watch some of the games. The commitment from some of the international
Big
fans.
time.
Well, I can't be getting up at 7 o'clock every Saturday to watch. And I love football, but we're here doing a podcast, but I don't know if I could do that.
I think it's worse because there's other sports that we do it for, but it's not the same. Yeah, like playoffs is only like 2 months, a month.
Yeah.
And UFC, it's like you only need to do it for the really, really big ones, and there's maybe like 4, 5 massive cards. There's some other cards that you might be up for and you'll watch. But it's still like every other weekend. Premier League is like 9 months. Like if you support Arsenal, it's like it's not just 1 or 2 Saturdays I wake up. It's like every Saturday.
Yeah. And with playoffs, it could be like a Friday night.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah,
there's an 11 o'clock. There's a 1 o'clock in the morning game for Saturday rest day. Just on a 5-day working week, and you're up earlier than you are for work.
Yeah, that's nasty.
But so yeah, shout out everyone out there. Shout out fans all around the world that wake up to watch their team. Now look, a lot has happened since our last video. Since you last saw us, probably about a month ago, maybe just over a month ago. And in the last video, you did see us. We were talking about Madueke, and we were saying how he's going to surprise a lot of players and or a lot of people watching football this year, and he's done that. We'll talk about that in a bit. But look, Eze been hijacked. That happened. Chelsea spent the Madueke money on Garnacho, and today Liverpool have agreed a deal for Isak after a long saga, and we'll cover all of that. But first, we're going to start with a little recap of the season. Obviously, we missed the first 2 weeks, and in true podcast fashion, we're back after an Arsenal L.
Yeah, I know.
But forget that. We'll come to that because we did actually win at Old Trafford. First day of the season, we had a 5-0 result against Leeds before this loss. And from the season so far in these couple of games, there are a couple players Arsenal players at least, that I want to talk about. Firstly, Calafiori.
Yeah, right. That's where to start.
He started the first 3 games. We did a pod about talking about the breakout star. I think you went with Marmouche, who I still think will have a good season. And I said, touch wood, if he stays fit, Calafiori, I think a lot of people will see what he's about.
That's a good shout.
They're saying that he's found a new position and it's just left.
No, Calafiori's been balling. And I said it to you like a week ago now, maybe, when I was just like, Calafiori seems to be on the Arteta, like, what are they called? Teacher's pet.
Yeah.
Not really, but kind of teacher's pet-ish. Trajectory. Because he's also on the, like, when he's fit, he starts.
Yeah.
The like, guys are wondering, like, fans before the weekend are chopping on. Don't know who's gonna start left back. I feel like maybe this is. You know what? Do you know who does fuck us up? Arteta himself. Arteta always is like situational. I don't do starting lineups. I just do game by game.
Yeah.
So fans are like, oh, I'm not really. Could this be a Skelly game?
Yeah.
Need the inside inverted. I feel as if Calafiori's fit,
he plays.
Yeah, he plays. At least that's how the season has started, man.
I'm bringing him into my FPL team,
and he's been balling. Yeah. These are all sorts of teams. As you said, Old Trafford away. That was a good place to start. 1-0 Calafiori.
Yep. Game winner.
Set piece. Goal. Knows what he's on about.
Loves it in Manchester.
Leeds at home. That's like the deep block one. He's still gonna start for that one.
2 assists.
You know,
and then the Liverpool
game. One of the
didn't realize Salah was playing.
One of the toughest 1v1 battles you can get in the league.
And I was worried before the game because of all this like gas that we give Calafiori. we do know that defensively, sometimes he can be a bit. We used to say last year that it's mad. Calafiori's Italian, and his worst part of his game might be his defending.
I was like, I love him in the attacking half of the pitch, and then in the defensive half, I'm nervous.
But yeah, he absolutely locked down Salah yesterday. And just his technical ability, his ability to get the ball in midfield and play a forward pass off either foot. I think is just so.
I think he's a bit, and it's not. This is no slight on anybody else, but I think his willingness or wantingness to move the ball quickly, like even when he's shooting, like he wants you to lay it off for him so he can take it first time. You know, if he's on the ball at the touchline, he wants to move it on quickly so that he can make a run. And somebody else can find him. Like, he doesn't. He's good on the ball, but he doesn't want to have the ball for too long. He's not like a Zinchenko. He needs to take a million touches to find the right pass. You know, even Skelly, and Skelly's a midfielder. Skelly might put his foot on the ball for a bit and just, you know, survey the area, see what's happening. Callum's like, I'm trying to move this and go.
And he move it forward.
That's the most important part.
Because it sounds very simple. Like, you get the ball, you pass it forward off both feet. Most, if not all, Premier League footballers should be able to do that. But it's just the way Calafiori will go into midfield, even in yesterday's game at Anfield, which is notoriously a difficult place, a high press place where you don't have much time on the ball. Calafiori was doing it like it's light work.
Yeah, man. But I think you're right to highlight, man, that the defensive contributions that he's made in all these games is even more impressive, even though that should be his like trade by nature, Italian centre-back, all this kind of stuff. But to see this all sort of come together in the first 3 weeks is really like, I hope it bodes well for the future.
Yeah, for sure. I picked Calafiori out because obviously he scored the match winner at Old Trafford. Our second game, we obviously beat Leeds 5-0. And I couldn't pick anyone else out other than Victor Gyökeres. We can have a bigger conversation on Victor Gyökeres because Twitter's doing what Twitter does. Twitter agendas. Man United fans know that Victor Gyökeres rejected them because he wanted to play for Arsenal. Man United fans have a problem with that. They'll talk about Victor Gyökeres, I'm sure, until the season's over. And yesterday, we've been talking off air, he didn't have a shot in the United game or the Liverpool game, but the two tough games. And I don't think Gyökeres played that badly yesterday. I think when the ball did get up to him, I think half the time maybe Konate won his duel against Gyökeres, and half the time Gyökeres won the duel and he kept the ball. But what do you make of him? What do you think of the criticisms that he's getting?
Well, I think the criticism will always be there, unfortunately. Like, I feel like maybe from a pundit point of view, it will, the more the season goes on, the quieter it will get, and the more they'll understand why we've bought him for. Even if he is just pummeling lower half of the table teams, I feel like there's a lot of praise to be leaped on. That's been one of our weaknesses.
100%.
But I think from a Twitter point of view, I'm expecting, if a game that Gyökeres doesn't score, for there to be hate. No matter what he does, and the Gyökeres Sesko sort of hate train, is gonna go like seesaw all season. That is gonna go back and forth all season. Let Sesko not score in his next game. It's right back on Sesko's feet.
0-4.
Yeah, it's right there. But in terms of my thoughts of him as a player, the Leeds game is the best thing to go off, you know, especially if you want to speak glowingly about Gyökeres, because we saw what we're hoping to get from him, and goals that we weren't really getting last season. Calafiori was just going to lay one over the top from the halfway line, and that's going to end up in the back of the net.
Create his own chance.
And, you know, I'm going to dribble past 2-3 people and bury that. Penalty was cold. Loved that. You know, just having that sort of 100% confidence that this is ending up in the back of the net. And the only thing, as I was saying to you off air, the only thing I want to see in the big games, because I like you, man, I don't think his performances have been that bad. I feel like this Van Dijk and Konate is a tough day.
The toughest.
Is a very, very, very tough, especially when...
outside of Saliba and Gabriel before, guys.
Especially when the balls are going into channels and the balls are like, you know, not directly at goal, and they're forcing you into these areas where Gyökeres is not a winger. He's not like one of these guys that is tidy like that in these tight spaces. So it's tough for him, and all I want Arsenal to do is to recognize that. Like, it's going to be tough. Arsenal looking for out balls. You're under pressure. You can't really play every pass where you want it to go. But we've got a guy that is a killer. There's a gunman of 2 feet, and we've got to, in these big games, create more than 0 shots for him.
Yeah,
I know Gyökeres's prerogative is to shoot.
Yeah,
I know he
yeah.
doesn't. I know if like there was an option between a decent pass or a like 25% shot, I know Gyökeres is taking the shot.
Yeah.
So it's just more on Arsenal, more on Arteta to figure out how we can actually get Gyökeres. And Liverpool, I get, it's a bit of personnel. We Rice, Marino, Zubimendi was deeper. Like Marino can slide someone in. Rice, maybe less so, but there wasn't the Odegaard or the Eze or even the Trossard, who I'm like, this guy's gonna recognize the game in the half spaces and slip Marino
or the Saka.
Yeah. So once we start seeing that, it's too soon to judge. You said, like, for example, we play City in 2 game weeks time. I think that's going to be a good one to watch for sure. Like, if I can start to see Gyökeres slip through on goal versus a Diaz versus a
Stones,
whoever else is a top centre back in the league, then I want to really
I just get a shot off.
Exactly. Then I want to really see, how far Gyökeres can take us. But even if he just pummels on the lower league teams, we need that.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. I think at the moment it's a lack of service for Gyökeres. That Arsenal, you would think that the more they adjust to Gyökeres' game and the more Gyökeres understands the players that he's playing with, that will get better. Maybe Mikel Arteta makes a few more adjustments. And then obviously Arsenal went to Anfield yesterday. They lost 1-0 from what I can only call a screamer.
Szoboszlai. And I knew it was going in. As soon as they laid it down and started doing the zoom out wide panoramic camera angle, I was like, oh man.
It's funny because
I just thought of Bruno.
Bruno
scored that free kick.
It's funny because my dad didn't watch the game, and then when it was over, he was like, I'm guessing we lost then. And I was like, yeah, lost 1-0. And then I was describing the goal to him. And I was like, yeah, Szoboszlai's just hit one from 40 yards on a free kick that's hit the post and gone in.
Yeah.
And my dad, obviously having not watched the game, was like, what was Raya doing? And I was like to him, if I just give you that piece of information, I can understand why he scored from 40 yards. What's the goalkeeper doing? But Raya,
I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it about
I don't think even Raya even moves before Szoboszlai
has made the
shit.
He
moves over.
Yeah. It's confident.
And then Szoboszlai still hit it with the dip, with the speed, and it's kissed. Raya's there. He's right over there.
Now, some people just want to hate on keepers.
Yeah.
I hear that because I have certain keepers who have agendas against. If you have an agenda against Raya, this is it.
And if you tell someone that your keeper's been beat from 40 yards from a free kick, immediately I'm thinking that's a goalkeeper error.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, and that's all there was in the game. Nothing else. 1-0 result.
Defense is on top, man.
Yeah, Mikel Arteta said afterwards that's you either win this game from an individual mistake, which didn't happen, or a magic moment, which Liverpool obviously got yesterday. But the Arsenal player I've picked out to talk about from this, there's actually 2 that I want to talk about. But firstly, Mosquera.
Christian
came in for Saliba. And when Saliba went off, I said in the chat, I was like, this must have been somewhat pre-planned because if a guy like Saliba goes down in that big of a game, you
hold
do
on.
Everything
Yeah. Come here 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Come here 15 minutes.
Saliba, if you pull your hamstring, you pull your hamstring, but play for an extra 10 minutes because we need this. Yeah. Immediately he was out of the team, so I thought, something has to have gone on there. And Mosquera comes on, and anyone coming on, let alone if they're 21 or whatever, anyone coming on for their Premier League debut at Anfield, it's worrying.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there as a fan. I'm thinking this is
not good.
Even with Gabriel, I know Gabriel will hold your hand and he'll cover for you and do everything he needs to do. And you've got Timber on the other side, who I thought had another fantastic game. But I was worried. And then from the first 3 or 4 actions, Mosquera looked like he'd been born for this. He was ready for this.
Bro, I'm the biggest Christian Mosquera fan. I said it on his very first performance, like his debut for that sub appearance. I was like, well, this guy just looks...
Yeah, in that Emirates Cup game.
Yeah, he looks 6'1", 6'2", the way he seems to shield the ball out of play there. He's coming across right there nicely. I just feel, I said it to you off, I just feel like every team in the league needed a Christian Mosquera. If somebody like that is available on the market for 30 million, even if, for example, I'm about to go overboard. But
I think he's better than Gay.
No. I was about to say, well, it's kind of crazy because there's a 1-0 loss, but even if this was Christian Mosquera's like only performance of the season. Yeah, the fact that I can grab someone from Spain for 13 million and just throw him in at Anfield, and he not be the reason.
But he is a bit of a unique profile because he's played like 600 games.
Yeah, he's played bare games. No, the scouting, the Villarreal have like they don't know what they have on their hands. You know,
well, they tried to give him, but his contract was running out, innit? they tried everything to keep him. It was only Arsenal.
Christian Mosquera looks like he's going to be a serious. I just need the Arteta brick by brick thing, man. Like you did Gabriel.
He looks like the Tomiyasu replacement.
I just need the brick by brick thing. I want to see him have minutes this season in some of the cup games and all this kind of stuff. But I know in 2 seasons' time, when Mosquera's 23, I'm gonna be like, oh, you know,
we're good to.
Yeah.
But also on Mosquera, like defensively, he was good. He was aggressive. You can tell that he's got a turn of pace. He's agile. Everything that you need. But he came on that pitch and he'd get the ball and he was almost doing a bit of the Saliba thing where, you know, when Saliba will take 3, 4, 5 touches.
Bait.
And then calmly play that pass or play it out wide or play that one forward. Or
even when he was going in to be aggressive and do the Gabriel job, I'm like, oh, he's on the front foot. He's hunting guys down. He's looking to get a foot in.
Yeah. I was very, very impressed with Mosquera. To be fair, the whole back four. It'd probably be remiss if we didn't mention Gabriel.
Yeah, of course, stalwart.
Because monstrous these first 3 games, as per.
You wouldn't think he'd just come off a hamstring injury.
Yeah. But we already said Timber and Calafiori. And then the other guy who against Man United, I don't think he had the best game, but they were saying that he was ill. Zubimendi. What?
The goal and
what's up?
I was just like,
Leeds. I think he did all right, but yesterday, I think Zubimendi had a very good game.
Yeah.
Zubimendi was balling yesterday, picking up the ball from Raya, picking up the ball from the centre backs, controlling the tempo, playing it out. I thought Zubimendi was balling.
I like his little lofted one round.
The
one that he goes to Noni. Yeah. I loft that one into space. You can actually find that one.
Yeah.
Just turn,
It takes 2-3 players out of the game.
I'm enjoying Zubimendi, man. I think I still feel like we're only like scratching the surface of what he's going to be able to do for us. But I'm really enjoying what he brings us. And I actually ironically think he's going to look better with Norgard. Even though they might not play together, I just feel like Norgard, I don't even necessarily want Zubimendi to come off, but I just feel like there'll be that bonus structure. Because right now it feels like, if Mendy's not playing, we're scrambling to find sort of who's going to be there. But with Norgard there, even if he's doing the 5-10 minutes at the end, and we just save Zubimendi's legs a little bit, I feel like there's a lot he can learn from Norgard, man, and that Prem experience stuff and calming. But so far, I can't lie, he's one of my favorite players in the team. I don't know why. I think I've just have an Arsenal thing for
those midfield
signings.
But the surprising thing to me, which I saw a lot yesterday, is like
tackles.
Zubimendi's willing to get involved.
He gets stuck in.
Yeah, pick up yellow cards.
Put a leg in.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
So yeah, those are the guys that I want to talk about from the Arsenal point of view. Now we're gonna do this for Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, and Man City. But Arsenal first. Deadline day, obviously today. Deadline was 7 p.m. Some teams managed to get their players over the line. Arsenal managed to bring in Hincapi. Some teams didn't manage to get their players over the line. Gay's still a Palace player. But Arsenal's transfer window
closes in 5 minutes.
No, it closed at 7.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. They changed it this year. It used to close later, but it closed at 7. And Liverpool submitted a deal sheet, and Liverpool fans thought something was happening. But then the Ornstein bomb dropped.
Glasner threatened to walk away. His word on the road.
I'm not surprised, bro. What, you're going to let Eze and Gay go in the last week?
Boss calls.
But yeah, Arsenal transfer window out of 10. It's done now. We got 2.5 million for Sambi Lokonga.
No.
Which I think
we need to confirm that.
We need to be some of Berta's best business.
We need to confirm that. There needs to be more on the table.
Perez and Eze.
I'm struggling between a 9 or a 10. Maybe I'd go with the 9 holistically, just like all things considered. I feel like it's been one of our best windows ever.
Yeah,
like we sat here. You guys would have seen us on the pod deliberating who should Arsenal sign. What's our window gonna look like? What's the future like? How much money are we gonna spend? And all of this kind of stuff. and we've signed 8 first-team players.
Yep.
Like, we've signed almost a new 11 of first-team players.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even on the squad needs an overhaul.
Yeah.
I was like, we just need a couple additions in certain areas.
Yeah.
And
we brought in 3 forward players, which was both our requirements
exactly
at the start of the window.
And we've already spoken about Zubimendi. We've already spoken about Mosquera. I'm hoping that Norgard can come in. I know the stability.
Maybe
Norgard's
it's a good time to
bring.
speak a bit on Noni.
I know that
now with Saka out, and
so I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of the. I wasn't a fan of the Noni deal to begin with. Has to be said. I wasn't a fan of the price. I wasn't a fan of shopping at Chelsea. But I always knew that Noni was a decent player, a good player. I never once we came here and said it's nothing about Noni. But now that he's actually here, you know when those quotes of Arteta saying I'd hate to go up against him.
Yeah.
I would actually hate to go. I see.
Don't let me line you up.
Yeah. I think Noni.
Koke's found out.
Noni is a very good option to have as your third best winger. He doesn't probably get into our starting lineup if everybody's fit. But for that to be the first guy coming off the bench, it's not like, yes, he's quick. Yes, he's powerful and all of this, but it's the threat, man. It's the ability to match that with the final ball or the cutback, or he had one of our first shots on target yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really take those chances.
Yeah.
Let alone see those ones here. It goes to the keeper.
I lost count of how many corners he won.
He won.
Just being direct.
No, man. I think Noni's going to be... And I think it's hard to talk about Noni without talking about Eze, because I think Eze takes so much pressure off Noni.
Yeah.
I would have been a bit skeptical, or a lot more skeptical on Noni if Noni had to be our 15 goal a season
left
guy.
winger.
You know, It would have been a bit I would have a no leg to stand on if Arsenal signed Noni without signing Eze.
Yeah.
So for them to get both, it takes pressure. And
not only Noni being the first option off the bench, which I like. Like you said, Noni's a good player. But when these situations, and we were saying off air way back, months back, that Arteta's banking on a Saka injury. And match week 2, it comes. To have Noni as the stand-in, we've just seen him go to Anfield and do what he's done.
And how good does it feel? And how, as you say, we've lost. So, but how good does it feel to not have to watch a makeshift Martinelli, watch a makeshift Trossard, become a right winger?
Yeah. And even Ethan, we both love Ethan. Ethan's a very talented player. Ethan will have hopefully a long career at Arsenal and do good things. But at this point in time right now, I would still like to have Noni on that right.
Yeah, of
before
course.
Ethan.
Yeah. I agree with that. There's no Ethan. The pathway's right there. Don't worry.
Yeah. Right. And I think Arteta bringing on Dalman yesterday is just so. Okay, Ethan's a 10 now. Must be, right?
Ethan's a 10, must be. And I think Arteta was trying to tap into the foul bait injuries.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to get anything.
Yeah. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I was surprised when I saw him come on before Ethan. I did think
we have to use. I was surprised. Well, I was surprised, but I think we have to use every drop that we can get. If referees are too afraid to blow the whistle against Dalman, or if they don't want to be the ref to not call that as a foul.
Or book a 15-year-old for diving.
We have
VAR in Stockley Park, but he's only 15.
So I'm saying maybe that is excessive force. We need to use every drop of that. Every drop of that.
It's not excessive force, but it's excessive force on a 15-year-old.
Different rules, regulations.
I'm with that. Look, I'd agree with you. 9. I would have said 8.5, but Hincapi.
Yeah.
I would say we've been saying off air. I don't even think we would need him. Hincapi. I'm quite happy with Kelly and Calafiori to play left back. But I like it even more.
I said
because we don't need him.
I said literally, man. Slightest concerns. We addressed all of our slightest concerns. If I was can we go into the season with just Calafiori and Skelly? Maybe. Oh no, don't worry. Hincapi.
Yeah.
Zubimendi isn't enough for you. We've got Norgard. If Eze and all these guys aren't enough for you. We've got Noni. I just feel all we need, to be honest, is a decent stretch without injuries.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good to see Arteta have the ability to chop and change and use his options effectively. So I can't complain, man. Big shout out to Berto. You've blown away my expectations.
Yeah.
You literally blown away my expectations. We were expecting 3 players, 3 strikers. I said spend the entire budget, every last penny on 3 forwards. and we get Mosquera for 13 million.
No God.
Kepa.
10?
You get Kepa for 5 mil.
And then Hincapié on loan with option at the end of the window. Like, the only and I'll give it a 9. The only reason I would have given it a 10 is if we'd sign a left wing.
Yeah.
Like an Anthony Gordon, like a Semenyo, like a whoever else might have been out there, or if we'd actually made some player sales. Because I know Reece has gone to Brentford on loan. I think, but Zinchenko's staying. I don't no update on Fabio Vieira. Sambi Lokonga's gone. We've barely brought in any money.
Man, you very recouped anything.
Like, we look at what Liverpool have done this window, and we'll talk about Liverpool obviously breaking the transfer record twice. But at the risk of sounding like Mo, and guys will remember Mo from AFTV net spend, ours is about the same as Liverpool's because of what they brought in.
100%. But I find it interesting, man. Like, we're too nice as a club, and I like that. Don't get me wrong, because every time a player goes somewhere, Reece, all these guys, it's always like it feels as if the player has decided their destination. Rejected other offers from other clubs, European places. You know, they said that Reece chose to go to Brentford over other Premier League clubs and
Europe,
and surely other Premier League clubs would have had money down on the table. Surely a newly promoted side would have been there for Reece with a £15 million offer. Like, Reece can change their world type vibe.
Bro, the Igor Thiago deal fell through for Palace. How much do you reckon they had for Kiwior? Palace, Premier League team.
Knowing that they need a left-sided centre back.
And Premier experience, Champions League experience.
25.
Yeah. And that's because all the reports, obviously, Kiwior wants to go to Porto. He wants to leave.
Wasn't convinced.
Which is on your point.
So you take less money. Porto aren't going to offer you what Crystal Palace are going to offer you. You know, so it just feels as if, I agree that, you know, obviously player sales is a travesty at Arsenal, but I don't think they'll improve until, one, we stop taking the piss and accepting less from these other clubs, and two, there's a little bit of a like, nah, you're going to this club because they've paid the highest. With Ramsdale, I told you that Southampton deal was a friendly one. That wasn't because that was the highest offer that was on the table for Ramsdale. That couldn't have been, you know. So it's tough because I'm gonna use this as like a what you call it, as like, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I am kind of also tired of the accountants. Like, I don't care too much if Arsenal's net spend isn't the greatest, as long as we can physically do it.
Yeah.
As long as we can sign players, and, you know, I don't
spend 300 million.
I actually don't care too much. How many we sell. You know,
but if we can spend 400, 420, 430. With a couple sales.
Because of player sales, then I care.
Yeah.
So it's all about getting it in. So I don't want to become like, I am a one-sided accountant. I only care about the money that we spend. Like, and I will use that in the future. Like, there's a lot of guys that will come and talk to me about net spend, and Arsenal have had the terrible window because who cares? About net spend.
We've signed 8 players.
Have we brought in quality?
Actually,
we
even said before, season? Like, we're quite happy for Trossard to just stay this year and leave on a free. Because what Trossard might give us this year might actually be worth more than the 10, 12 million that we would have got for him.
Keep him.
Yeah.
We've got him in. We've got Eze here now.
Yeah.
Keep him.
So 9 out of 10. Like I said, we'll do that for Liverpool, Man United, and City as well. And we'll also ask this question about all 4 of those teams. What does the season look like for Arsenal?
Challenging, very high challenges.
You're going to get clowned for that.
Yeah.
We got to go with some vim, man. We've just been talking about how we signed 8 players.
Look.
And we'll get on to Liverpool next, because obviously
that's the thing. That's the thing is, like, do I think Arsenal is still capable of winning the league? Yes. And the club we're going to get to Liverpool is like, it's kind of like a blended conversation.
Yeah.
If you'd asked me, and I said this like last week, I told people in my office, if you'd asked me for Liverpool to sign one player between Isak or Guehi, I would have said sign Isak. Yeah, like who I would have preferred them to sign, because I really yes, like Liverpool are gonna score 3, 4, 5. I knew that before they got Isak. Yeah, I just feel like if Liverpool haven't addressed the issues at the back, or potential issues at the back, like if Konate goes down for a serious one, if Van Dijk's like all his hamstrings feeling a bit tight, I might need 6 weeks on the sideline. It is Joe Gomez,
Joey G.
It is like Endo. It is like really dark, scary hours.
Yeah.
You know, so And I do still believe that defense will win you championships and titles and everything. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of teams Liverpool just out blitz, score 3-4-5 on.
Yeah.
But long season again. Can they really go 2 years without injuries to some of their key players? If Konate, if right as it stands right now with Gahey not there, if Konate or Van Dijk goes down, bro, the levels drop.
Well, Konate went off yesterday, right?
And don't let it be Van Dijk because the levels will massively drop. Like will massively drop. So it was like
no, they might not make top 4 if Van Dijk goes out. Genuinely.
So what that means for Arsenal is, if everybody stays fit, it's a slugfest between us and this Liverpool team, in my opinion. But I'd give them the edge because of what happened yesterday. Not just because they won the game yesterday, but because it is kind of symbolic of Liverpool just finding a way. And I do think with the attacking talent that they have, even in these tight situations, in the games where it's 2-2, 10 minutes to go, someone is going to come up top trumps for Liverpool.
I mean, we may as well move on to them. They got 3 wins from 3. They're on 9
and
points.
I don't think they've looked that good or played that well.
And in terms of someone finding a way,
it's been someone.
Rio, Engamoa,
exactly,
and Newcastle.
And I feel like that's the story of Liverpool, and I feel like that's going to be the story of this lot's Liverpool team.
But to play devil's advocate, that's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable, but I know that's not sustainable because I think I foresee an injury or an issue to Van Dijk or Konate. Yeah. That's why I say that's not sustainable. But if it was Gahey coming in, because even if Van Dijk had gone down,
and it's Gahey and Konate.
Yeah, I think Gahey and Konate can still get you over the line, especially with the attack scoring 3-4. Can Gahey and Konate limit guys to only potentially maybe 2 goals?
Yeah. I still think though, as much as that's good.
It's not
without Van Dijk.
It's not impenetrable. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, and you're in a fight, but without Van Dijk and without Gahey, I'm like,
who's gonna go in there? I'm like, Joe Gomez and Konate. Yeah.
So what this means for Arsenal, just to finish that before we go into Liverpool, is Arsenal just have to stay, like real talk, just have to do what they do, stay in the fight, be the best defense in the league, use that as our backbone, so that if goals do leak, if it does catch up with Liverpool, that's not going to be our kryptonite. Our kryptonite will probably be that we don't score enough goals, but it's tough to say that right now. We've just signed Eze and we've just got Gyökeres, and they've not even played. They've played 20 minutes together, so goals might not be our issue.
We went to Anfield without Saka.
So I want to see our team at full sort of capacity, see what we can do. I think we're going to be thereabouts anyway. I think we can go toe to toe with this Liverpool team. I really do.
Yep.
I just feel like without them getting Gahey, it's still them as title favourites, but they're banking on a lot. On a lot going right for them this season. And it did last year. So
Yeah. And look, I agree with you. I think Arsenal, they need to be there. And to be honest, not only be there, they need to. Maybe not the Premier League, but they have to come away with a trophy.
Yeah, for sure.
We've been saying that, and that is like
has to happen.
Because we've said non-negotiable in previous seasons, but I cannot express how non-negotiable. I mean that when I say non-negotiable this season. Yeah, we have to leave with a trophy. And like you say, so we'll move on to Liverpool. 3 wins from 3. They've broken the transfer record twice. They now have the most expensive goalkeeper, centre back, midfielder, and striker. And a lot of talk about the pressure that is on Liverpool after the Isak bomb drop yesterday, and that Isak's going on there, and that they have to win the Premier League and the Champions League, or that's a failure.
I don't know about the Champions League, but they have to definitely win the Premier League. Like,
but with the amount that they've spent.
No, as I say, the thing is, like, I don't, either Van Dijk just makes it back for the Champions League final, or he gets injured like Gabriel does. Because
Joe Gomez is no Jakub Kiwior.
He's played like 70 games before the semi-final stage, and he's having
every game last year.
So it's one of those ones. Either he's just making it back, he's racing.
We come back to every team needs a Christian Mosquera.
We'll come back to that.
Jakub Kiwior.
That could be a segment. We'll have that a lot this season.
Mosquera and Kiwior.
Every team. So now this Liverpool team, like,
wait, the pressure.
The pressure.
They're the favourites.
They're the favourites. You can't break the transfer record twice and not. And I know
having already been the champions.
Like everybody who watches this is probably also on Twitter. Yeah, so I know that there's the Twitter debate, and as an Arsenal fan, I'm not shying away from the pressure. Yeah, we are under pressure to win a trophy this year for sure, but I don't think you can break the transfer record twice. You know, I can't say walk to the league, but walk to the league last season and get worse.
Yeah.
That can't that can't run. Just spent 130 million.
Major questions if that happens.
You could they spent like 450, 500 million in this. But this is Liverpool we're talking about. 500 million in a window is ridiculous. How many Burnley windows is that? How many windows do Burnley have to get to spend? You might go back the entire transfer league history. They might not have spent 500 million.
Yeah.
You know. So the pressure is on Liverpool. And it's dialed up because last time I said it doesn't matter too much if Arne Slot finishes second. Yeah, but I do think that finishing second with that money spent is it's not like pressure he's going to leave his job or nothing.
Yeah.
But it is okay, well next season we need the big. I don't think you spend that money like Arteta will keep his job if he comes away with an FA Cup. Yeah. Well, I think anyway.
Yeah.
So will Slot, but I don't think FA Cups 2 seasons in a row will not keep Slot's job, but will keep the pressure from Slot's doorstep.
Yeah,
the money always comes with pressure, always.
Yeah.
But I think they'll be there. I think they'll do it. Like it's tough at this point to not say that they won't. Yeah, a lot of my arguments against Liverpool rely on injuries and stuff because I do think we're fully fit. That starting 11. Plus the 1 or 2 subs that they'll have is probably good enough to win the league or be the best team in the country. They have they've got goals ingrained into that team. They've literally got goals ingrained into that team, and their defense isn't that bad. They give up chances, they give up goals. You can transition on them X, Y, and Z, but that doesn't mean anything if you only get 2 and they get 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah, because they'll always score goals. Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said there. And adding Isak to that.
What do you think about the on Isak? Yeah, but what do you think about the early Verts criticism and critique and like Sesko, like Gyökeres? I think Verts is gonna be in that category of
Florian Squidverts.
What's nightmare?
No, look, you know what, like I love it, I'm there for it. The Liverpool player, United player, Tottenham player, I'm there to clown them. I'm there for the clownery, and it's obvious, right? Like even Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, that man was saying it. Like Vert's got on that bus back from Newcastle and was like, "So this is
I've never seen anything like this."
And even Slot said that wasn't really a football game, but. If you're asking me for my honest opinion, like I still know Verts is a quality player. Yeah. But it's just
it's funny that it's taken.
He's looked very like
pedestrian
off the pace, kind of not able to keep up. Even when I'm seeing Verts kind of move, and Verts has a couple nice touches, which you would expect, obviously, not only from the transfer fee, but he's a good player. Yeah, he has some nice touches, some nice moments. He slipped Salah in at one point yesterday, and Salah had an awful touch.
like 3 times.
Yeah, it did. So I think he's still a good player, and he's obviously going to have to adapt and adjust. And the unbiased opinion, obviously, you can't judge after 3 games and whatever, but it is looking, guys calling him Dennis Suarez.
Yeah, there's a lot of names flying around.
And I was saying that when Donny van de Beek came, because Donny van de Beek came with pedigree, not as much as Verts, but Donny van de Beek was a good player. We'd seen him ball at Ajax. He came to Man United. He then was even there with Ten Hag, who was the manager that he had at Ajax, and he still just couldn't adapt to the Premier League. So there is that worry with Florian Verts that as much as it's taking time, is he ever gonna be able to really get there?
I think of like Donny van de Beek came for a lot of money. We can't forget that. Yeah, we all said it at the time. That's a lot of money to spend on someone who doesn't necessarily fit the team instantly. Yeah. But I think with Verts is, one, you're right, he's still a good player. We saw all those games for Germany in the Champions League and all this stuff. We've seen him at high levels do good stuff. But he's too much money for anybody to cut their losses anytime soon.
Yeah.
Like there is going to be like at least 2 to 3 years of Verts. But I do think as well, I think ultimately it will work out for him. I think two things. I think one, Liverpool fans will do backflips to make it seem like Wirtz is outperforming his performance. And if you thought Arsenal fans were bad with Havertz,
no, Liverpool fans
get your popcorn.
They're notoriously,
get yourself ready.
Even Nunes, bro. How long were they battling?
How long?
Battling with Nunes?
It's going to be the exact same thing with Wirtz. It might never live up to the 175 million price tag that I've just slapped on him. But I do think that.
What currency is that?
100 trillion yen.
We're gonna be giving it in Japanese yen and
100 trillion yen.
Yeah.
But I do think that he will be like, I can't even say all right. I feel like he'll be a decent player who Liverpool fans will gas us to try and believe that he's been a world-class player just because Liverpool.
What they did with Szoboszlai.
Just because Liverpool are winning games.
Yeah.
Just because Liverpool are winning games. But I feel like if you really break it down, I look into it. I need to see a lot more from him.
And like we used to have conversations on the pod about it's just brushed over that Liverpool spent 70 million on Szoboszlai. Right? And he's had a good couple games to start this season. And the thing with Szoboszlai, like I've always made this point even on the pod off-air to Michael about there being a place for that kind of player. This Scott McTominay and whoever else was in that kind of Xander Berger, those kind of players. There's always a place for them. I'm not sure Florian Wirtz will ever be as effective or as important as Szoboszlai. But undoubtedly, he's a better footballer.
And the issue is, to your point, because of Szoboszlai's traits, you can move him around. He can do a stint, a job, or whatever at right back. Yeah. I think Wirtz.
Yeah. He's just limited to. He's a 10.
Yeah. Because and I do think Liverpool in certain games will try and move him around and try and play him for in
off
the wing.
left or something.
Maybe he gets more space out there. Gakpo needs.
Do you remember when Wenger played Ozil on the right?
Yeah.
He had to track his fullback.
But that's my point. Once that happened, it's Anthony Robertson.
Yeah. Cooked. Done. Tyreek Mitchell and Glasner's 5-back. Or Munoz or whoever. And that's the thing, like, because you're saying ultimately it might be all right, but we've already said that at bare minimum for Florian Wirtz from the price tag is 10 and 10 in the Premier League.
And 10 and 10, you
and I just
still get cooked.
I'm really not sure that Florian Wirtz will ever hit those kind of numbers, and that's just from what I've seen.
But Liverpool fans will make you feel as if he has.
Yeah, because he'll have like an 8 and 7.
Yeah. But I don't think it like. Not that it doesn't bode well for Wirtz, it can bode well, but I think it's interesting because like McAllister and guys are his size and stature, but they do it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the like, all right, over time I'll adjust and things will get better.
Yeah. But a bit like the when we were doing our predictions and we were talking about winning the league, and you were like, I really just don't want to write off Pep.
Yeah.
We both know that Florian Wirtz has quality.
I do, 100%.
If we come on this, if this episode goes out and we've killed Florian Wirtz and he goes on a tear
and Liverpool's next games are easy. The next
he goes on a tear till December. So I also don't want to kill him. Yeah, we know that there's quality there.
McCullen's got something for me.
But yeah, look. Transfer window out of 10.
For Liverpool, they got 10. It's got to be a 10.
10.
Like, whoa.
I mean, player sales as well.
If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be saying it's a 10. I don't actually think it's a 10. I think Liverpool needed to.
So, what do you think it is?
I'd say it's like a 8, maybe even a 7.
I think Arsenal have had a better window.
And I say window in the sense of addressing their needs. Yeah, we have addressed all of our needs. The only thing left is for the manager to do his job.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool have strengthened so much in their attack, which is good, and they've signed 2 generational talents potentially. Well, actually, I wouldn't say Isak's generational, but like they've signed 2 very good talents. Top of the game, very young age, good profiles, can sort of hold your franchise down for the next couple of years. But I don't know if they've solved all the issues. They don't have a left winger. They don't have a backup left winger. Like if Gakpo gets injured,
it's going to be Ekitike.
You move things around, cool. But if you've just signed a £90 million striker and you have to play him left wing, that can't be a 10 out of 10 window.
Yeah.
So I still feel like they have certain issues that they need to feel addressed, and mainly not just the left winger, but the centre back.
I don't know. Obviously, we got Gyökeres for 55, so it is very different to Ekitike. But if we'd signed Gyökeres and then we'd signed Isak on deadline day, I don't know if we'd be saying we can't call that 10 out of 10.
If I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm calling it a 10. I've seen my club just spend £500 million in a window, sign 2 top players, franchise, all this kind of stuff, everything I've just mentioned. But if I'm thinking as like a neutral or sort of an unbiased objectively about have Liverpool solved their issues? They've solved their attacking potential issues.
But that centre-back issue is an issue.
But that's an issue.
Which obviously... had they signed Guehi...
Yeah, if they'd signed Guehi, that's like...
I don't think has gone through, but yeah.
Yeah, if they'd signed Guehi, I think that is probably a 9 or a 10. It's like, without Guehi, all you need is a left winger, maybe. A backup left winger. Maybe.
Yeah.
And even that, you know... Maybe it's just about moving verts around and all this kind of stuff.
I do think also a right back. Because I think Frimpong... I think Bradley was fit yesterday and he just didn't play.
Oh, you think?
I think he was on the bench.
He was. He came on.
Bradley came on.
Yeah,
okay,
came on.
Yeah. So there you go. And Szoboszlai, Arne Slot's moving Szoboszlai there instead. And Szoboszlai's done all right in the last 2 games. But I think a right back that is an actual right back, because apparently the plan is for when Salah goes to AFCON, Frimpong will play right wing. And that's why they signed him, because he can play right wing and right back and he can cover Salah when Salah goes AFCON. Then maybe
I think that's when we have our second leg, isn't it?
Yeah. It's early in January. Early. But yeah, so I'd probably give Liverpool's window a 9. You break the transfer record twice in one window. That's serious stuff. And the player sales, money you got for Darwin Núñez, money you got for Luis Diaz, money you've got for Harvey Elliott. These guys that have gone out.
That's a lot of credit.
I'll give you guys a 9.
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa, even. Yeah. Doak.
Kelleher.
20 million for Doak. Ben Doak. I don't even know if that guy has a Premier League appearance. And again...
And do you think Isak makes them better? Do you think, obviously, like, it's an easy, like, sort of tick box answer?
Yeah,
but sometimes it's never that simple.
Yeah. But...
Because if you do have to shuffle Ekitike, or not disgruntled, he's going to be happy he's at Liverpool.
Yeah.
But, like, if you do have to start shuffling people around, we're going to come on to United.
Yeah.
You have to start shuffling people around. As good as this player is it worth moving 1 or 2 people around?
Well, nobody's more pissed than Ekitike. Nobody's more pissed.
It's even worse. He's had a good start
because he just if Isak's fit, Ekitike will just never get minutes in his preferred position ever.
And France don't need to see him play left wing.
Yeah.
France don't need to see him out
ever, right? Because he won't ever get in the France team, even in the squad. Yeah, as a left winger. But in terms of like, do they get better with Isak? Yeah. And you're right, like sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. Yeah. But I feel like if you come out and you say that it's not going to work out like that before you've actually seen any evidence, you are so hipster. So like trying to be ahead of the curve, Twitter tactical.
He's just a 20 goal
these rotations and these positions. It won't work. Like, bro, right now sitting here before I've seen any minutes of Isak in a Liverpool shirt, I can't say Isak joining any team improves the team. Right. At the moment, I have to sit here and say that until I have some evidence that actually go against that. But you are right. Sometimes it doesn't work out like that. I do think that Isak will make them better. Isak will score goals. I don't know if that means that maybe Salah's goal share goes down, or because I don't think it's a case of like Salah will get his 30 and Isak will get his 20. And obviously there's pens involved, right? Isak was taking pens. Salah was taking pens.
Salah's still on pens.
Right, he for sure. Right, I don't think Isak and Salah misses bare, but even so, Isak can't come in and tell Salah I'm taking pens.
The cars meme.
Yeah, he can't even do that. Right, and we're telling ourselves that Saka let Gyökeres have pens. Gyökeres didn't take them.
I said that there was going to be a drill and Gyökeres would win.
Yeah.
And there we have it.
But if there was a drill at Liverpool, Isak would win it.
That's true.
But that's just not going to happen because Salah's just too. Numbers. What does the season look like for Liverpool? Obviously, we've already spoken about them being favourites, what they have to go and do.
Yeah, they're gonna go to the end, man. I just hope someone beats them soon. Like, in all honesty, like I think they're gonna be there or thereabouts. They will have a loss. Like, it happens.
Your boy Scott Parker could come after the inside.
It happens, but I just hope that someone beats them soon so that it isn't just like we're getting to December and they haven't lost the game, and we're all just wondering.
Yeah. Well, it's calm. Then in January they'll come to the Emirates and
finally,
we'll put things right. Marino goal. It was funny when Marino started yesterday, and Sky had the graphic scored twice against Liverpool, lost. Shout out Marino always. Man United. First game they've lost to Arsenal. Then they drew to Fulham. Then they beat Burnley with a 97th minute penalty. Thank you, Bruno Fernandes. Without you, I would have had 10 points this week. But in the midst of all of that, and we do have to talk about it, they lost to a team that I didn't even know existed. I didn't even know it was a real place.
I couldn't tell you on the map where it was until I had to Google it.
Yeah,
real.
until I started watching the United fans content, and they were all bringing up the map and saying this is where Grimsby is.
Yeah.
They lost to Grimsby. They were 2-0 down. They brought it back 2-2. I thought it was going to be a United scumbag thing that they usually do. And then they lost in a penalty shootout, pitch invasion at Grimsby. Amorim not watching the penalties.
August pitch invasion. Nothing's won in August.
The only thing United have to play for in August is FA Cup.
The second round.
Right? Because they're nowhere near the Premier League. There's no European football. And the fact that Amorim couldn't even watch his team take penalties against Grimsby in the second round of the Carabao Cup is not a good look. So before we get onto United's transfer window, because they've spent a lot of money, and what the season looks like for United, although to be fair, we can do what the season looks like, because that links with the question I'm going to ask you. Ruben Amorim. Now, we both said, I think, that he was going to be the first one to get sacked. We made that prediction, first manager to get sacked. Looks like we should have actually put some money on it.
I feel, who do they have after the City?
After City away. Break. But I don't think that's the one. I think Amorim might have something for us.
I don't know if he's got something for us.
I don't think United will lose that game.
I don't think that's going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. Because even if he does lose that game 3-0, everyone's just going to say, well, Pep's tweaked things and Pep's changed things, and this is a masterclass from Pep, and this is a game that defines the season. Yeah. But I just said it, and I said it the last time when we said he's going to be sacked, man. After Amorim's first 10 games, when they see 4 losses, 2 wins, 2 draws, I just feel like you know what season you're going to have when those are your first 10 games. Yeah. So losing to Grimsby is like but it's salt into that wound, because I already think the Premier League start has been dire. Yeah, so the loss to Grimsby Town, the European route shut off already from that angle. We're not going to make Europe from there. There's no convincing me that their dressing room is a happy place or will be a happy place under Amorim.
Yeah.
Like, even if they have these big wins versus Burnley and all this kind of stuff, I just feel like it's like a Ten Hag sort of cycle of we win 1 week and then we have 3 terrible weeks.
Yeah.
And then we'll win on the 3rd week when everybody's like, enough is enough.
And he's winning how Ten Hag was winning.
And then we'll have 3 terrible weeks. I remember.
Those McTominay.
Yeah.
Bailouts, 95th, 96th minute.
It's Maguire now.
And Bruno Fernandes penned 97 minutes to bail you out against Burnley.
Burnley are going to come back from 2, they will go down.
Yeah.
In the second half.
Then they scored, made it 1-1. United immediately made it 2-1, and then it went to 2-2.
Come on. Amorim is... he's walking on thin ice, and I don't know what the club do. Like, I do know what the club do. They sack him, but I don't know how the club can find themselves in identical positions.
Yeah.
Surely after the whole Ten Hag thing, which we also have to get onto. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But surely after the whole Ten Hag situation, you tell yourselves, we can't be in a situation where we're throwing away seasons. And if Amorim goes by before the second international break or after the second international break, the season is...
It's done.
The season's
done.
Yeah.
You've thrown away another.
But the longer you wait from now, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
and do you think he can actually last the season?
No. But I think, and we had this conversation before. I think I genuinely think Ineos want to keep Amorim. We heard Jim Ratcliffe in his interview with Gary Neville telling Gary Neville how amazing Amorim had done last year, given all the resources.
The PowerPoints and the slideshow presentation still work on Ineos.
Yeah,
for sure.
And the Montclair jacket.
Yeah,
Montclair shoes. And the drip. Right? Amorim's dripped out. That was enough to sell Man United fans that this is a good manager. I think Ineos will try and keep him. They've been going, oh, it's not his players, it's not his squad. I think Ruben's actually done well with what he has, is what Sir Jim was saying. Right? I genuinely think they want to keep him for as long as possible, but Amorim is just that bad, and the team is just that bad that you're gonna have to cut ties at some point.
Is it Amorim? Is it the system? Is it the team? I have my own opinions on this.
It's not. I will stand on this hill. Yeah, I will die on this hill. It's not the system.
I agree.
It's the way the system's being played or being used, because that system is it. A lot of people, football fans, think that system is outdated. You can't play that system, or the Premier League is too this and English and fast and whatever for that system. Yeah. And I don't think it's that. And I've never said that. That's why I've always been on the point of I have no problem with Amorim not changing his formation. The only time I had a problem with it was when they were in a European final and they needed a goal. Right? This isn't about teaching your players the process and where to be.
It's about winning a final.
You just need to win the final. That's the only time I had a problem with it. If you have a good manager that plays that system, Conte, Inzaghi, right? Even Xabi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen, go to bare teams in Italy, you probably find them using that system the right way. You can use that system effectively for sure, even in the Premier League. It's not like the Premier League is just, you can't play three at the back in this league. But the way the system's being used and Amorim's like personnel in, because I actually wanted to get onto this as well. Like Ahmad is not a wing back. I've said that before. Dalot, I don't know what Dalot is. I thought Dalot was a wing back. He's not a wing back or a full back, so I don't know where Dalot plays. Yeah, Dorgu looks all right. Yeah, I'll let that rest for now, and we'll come back to the Dorgu accusations. But Bruno Fernandes is not a pivot in a two-man midfield. Yeah. I really don't know, and I think Mbeumo's a very good player, but I really don't know why Man United needed to sign Mbeumo.
I agree on that 100%.
With what it's done to Ahmad, I really don't. Again, Cunha's a very good player. Did you really need to sign Cunha? If that meant that Bruno's now going to have to play,
or if you love Mount so much,
right? Exactly. Mount still making his way in the team and whatever. So there's so many things in that it's Amorim not putting the right players in the right positions for the system to work. So it's the manager, it's the players, it's the personnel,
and it's also Ineos.
Yeah, and Ineos, whatever. But the system, I really don't think is.
No, I agree with you, because I was saying this, I was arguing with my friend. I'm like, everybody's saying that Amorim's got to change and he's got to change his system. He's got to be tactically flexible.
And by the way, when we say system, we mean 3-4-3. He's playing.
Everyone's saying that he's got to be tactically flexible, and you can't be at this high level and not be sort of pragmatic and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, Amorim didn't once lie to Ineos, Jim, Barada, all of those guys about who he is and what he does.
Yeah.
When they interviewed him, he spoke about his system. It's 3-5-3. When
you got 12 players out there, bro.
sorry, 3-4-3.
Yeah.
When they did all the interviews and he showed him the PowerPoint presentation and all this kind of stuff, they knew who he was. They knew what he was about. They knew that Amorim was going to need specific footballers in these positions to make the system really work. They knew all of that before signing on to the project. So I feel like they can't give up on Amorim until they properly back the project.
Yeah.
And then you come on to some of the players that they've signed. The system needs legs in midfield. The system needs effective wing backs. The system needs
centre backs who can cope 1v1.
Tens that are technical on the ball. Yeah. These guys have just stockpiled in the most random and unique profiles.
Yeah.
And to your point, like, I was really... It's even different from Liverpool, man. Like, Liverpool signed Isak. I can't say without knowing the position for him. They know he's going to play striker, but having already signed a striker, and they signed Wirtz as well, just because these are market opportunities that can get these really good guys. Mbeumo is kind of the same, but he's almost like a potential case study of how sometimes taking every available market opportunity isn't the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Because Mbeumo's a good player. He's a Premier League proven player. Mbeumo will score goals in this league. He will score goals for Man United. But when you already had Ahmad bubbling, and you guys was all hyped about Ahmad, and you already had Bruno doing the Bruno things,
and you've already signed Cunha,
and you were adamant you weren't going to sell Bruno, I don't understand why you would then spend 70 million on Mbeumo to move Bruno out of his best position and then to move Ahmad away from his develop. Ahmad can't develop as a right wing back. He can't develop as a right wing back.
But the knock-on effects of all of those things, you move Bruno out of his best position to a position where I don't think Bruno plays very well.
Yeah.
Right? But he's still Bruno, so he still does what he does. And because Bruno's now playing in that position, Kobe Mainoo can't get any minutes. Because Bruno's had to move back into that position. So the knock-on effect just keeps going.
And a lot of this links to just because you put Mbeumo for 60, 70 million.
And the other thing I'll say is that when you play with 2 10s, the last thing you need is a striker that wants to get involved in build-up and link-up play. You've got 2 10s in there, right? So no wonder they desperately wanted Victor Gyökeres, because that's the perfect guy to play in a free-back, as proven at Amorim's system in Sporting, yeah? Benjamin Sesko, from what we've seen, seems to be a bit more like maybe a technical footballer that wants to get involved in the play, link the play and whatever. If I guarantee you right now, if you told Amorim that he could swap Benjamin Sesko for Mateta, he'd do that, because Mateta will just come and Mateta will score goals playing in front of Cunha and Mbeumo, who will do all the creating.
He wouldn't even feel the pressure to get involved in build-up. He wouldn't even feel the need to prove to the fans that I can build up. I'm here for the goals.
Exactly. You see me do that at Palace. That's why I'm here.
I'm here for the goals. No, so I agree. Like, I don't necessarily think that Amorim is the problem. I don't necessarily think that the system is entirely the problem. Amorim is hard-headed and stubborn, and I agree with his point. Like, if he changes this system, he might as well die, because he's sworn to himself coming into the game that this is what I do. This is my system. I'm a specialist. I make this work.
And that's why they hired him. Not only did Ineos ask all those questions and like it, they hired him because
it's not like Amorim. It's not like Amios. It's not like Amorim. It's not like Amorim pulled the wool over their eyes, potentially like Ten Hag did. If Ten Hag came on the potential promise of playing beautiful football, and then that never panned out, and 2 years in, Ten Hag is saying, I'll never play that football. It's like, bro, I feel like we kind of hired you to play that football over here. Amorim has never come and said that it's going to be, anything else other than what it is.
We will suffer a lot.
So, look, it just seems like he's not the perfect fit.
Yeah, and because you mentioned Ten Hag there, Ten Hag tries to play his expansive football. They got slapped 4-0 at Brentford.
Changes it.
Right? Changes it, goes to a more pragmatic way of playing. Comes back the next year and tries to play his expansive football. And he finishes 8th and then ultimately ends up getting sacked. Right? So then it's like, okay, Amorim's now come in and Amorim's refusing to change because he's like, if I change, I'm dead. Right? Which is a like philosophy that a lot of modern managers have now. And the proof is there for Man United fans. Well, Ten Hag did that. Man United fans that are begging Amorim to change and adapt. That's what Ten Hag did.
Do you think there's a real likelihood that he could walk? I don't think I've ever seen that.
I really don't know. Like, Amorim said that, but then he's coming out and saying, sometimes I hate my kids. Sometimes I hate my players.
Sorry, Zidane and Pep are like the only managers I can like really remember. Like, and they didn't even walk because it was bad. They didn't walk because it was like
Wenger.
Yeah, I still think Wenger was not pushed out, but like there was a little pushing. I feel like
I still think the club would have kept him.
Like, to your point about I think Ineos wouldn't welcome the news that Amorim is leaving. Yeah, like that level of like, I'm done here. Thank you for the contract. I know you guys want to keep me.
But also, what's funny on that is I saw Flex, this United fan, talking about it. Yeah, and he was like, after the Grimsby game, he was like, I want Amorim to go. I want Amorim to get sacked, and I want him to walk. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, where are you going? Don't you go anywhere. This is your mess that you created. This is your team.
This is my final point on United and Amorim, because I think the season is going to be up and down. I think Man United after match week 20 could have 10 losses and 10 wins. Yeah. So if they can have,
Amorim doesn't have 10 wins in
altogether.
Yeah, so
that's right.
Yeah.
5 losses, 5 draws.
That's right. 10 probably. Yeah.
But my final point is and this is on Amorim. I slated Ten Hag. I said the very worst thing about Ten Hag was just squad building. And I think the very worst thing about Amorim will be, alongside potentially his stubbornness, but who he's annexed from the club, like who he's told to leave. Like when Man United are trying to rebuild and the new manager comes in and he's like, 4-3-3.
Yeah.
No wingers.
Yeah.
4-5-10s.
No fullbacks. How are you going to play 4-3-3 without any fullbacks? and like
Mainu out the door,
yeah,
Rashford out the door, Garnacho out the door. Like the guys that he's pushing out is who the new manager will want to rebuild with. The new manager's going to want that talent to rebuild with.
Then I mean, United fans should be happy that they blocked the Mainu. Because
wait till Jan. Final push for Mainu to get to the World Cup squad. I need to go somewhere in.
Because again, once a player goes out on loan, like if Mainu goes out on loan, especially if he goes somewhere in Europe to a team playing Champions League football, and Mainu starts loving it, then it's very difficult even for the new manager to come in.
He's just staying there. He's not taking the flight back to Man United. Right? He's not reporting for duties.
And Reece has gone to Brentford, so he can still link up with Smith.
Tape tonight.
West London.
Yeah.
Man United transfer window out of 10. Sesko and Bremo, Cunha.
6.
They got the goalkeeper in today.
Oh, it's 7 with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, they brought in that.
7 with the goalkeeper.
There was all that rumors about Martinez, clown.
I wanted
rookie of the week. Those videos of Martinez crying at Villa Park saying goodbye.
I wanted Martinez to go that bad because I don't think he's a good keeper. Or like I don't think he's as good.
But this Lamens guy,
he could be trash, but he also could be. He's definitely better than Martinez. Like maybe not definitely. Maybe not definitely.
Coming to the Prem.
Maybe not definitely.
Now you got to come out and claim balls and.
I thought it would have been fun with Martinez because I think Man United fans would have thought that we're out the mud.
Yeah. We've got a top keeper.
We're out the mud.
Yeah.
But you just got 3 keepers.
Martinez will just throw that one in.
He's just got 3 keepers throwing them.
No, come on. I don't like Martinez, but buying there and Onana. No. Listen.
The Martinez penalty at OT.
I don't believe Onana's a real person.
Yeah. But come on, the Martinez, attackers through on goal. Martinez rush of blood to the head. I'm just gonna come out and chase this ball. Penalty. Yeah. Where am I? What's going on? I'm in no man's land. When did I get so far from the goal?
The Jorginho one off the back of his head was so good. So wait, 7, did you say?
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. They've not signed any centre backs or midfielders, and I feel like those
not signing a midfield player.
Yeah, like
you can get a max 7.
Yeah,
max.
The system is contingent on legs and quality there, and they've got Casemiro and Bruno. That's their best 2-man pivot.
Yeah,
like that's not gonna win you. Like, you don't even necessarily need to be more skilled than Casemiro or Bruno to beat them. You just now need to work harder and work as a team. I don't think they're still going to work as a team.
Yeah.
So...
And Ugarte's first touch is a jewel. Right? He's just incapable.
And Kobe's not getting minutes.
Football. Yeah. And Kobe seems to be behind Ugarte in the pecking order. I think, look, Cunha, good player. Mbeumo, good player. Sesko, jury's out. But with Cunha and Mbeumo, those are 2 good signings. So you brought in the goalkeeper. It's going to depend on how good the goalkeeper is.
It's going to depend on how good the goalkeeper is.
Because if the goalkeeper's all right, then 7. Probably I agree with you. Yeah, but if the goalkeeper is looking a bit...
That's why Martinez stays at 6.
If he can't deal with the Tarkovsky crashes and the Collins crashes and Kilman...
Just let him come and be made of paper mache. Just let him come and break his wrist first day.
Biscuit wrist. But yeah, so...
But I agree with you. Cunha and Mbeumo are good players. So it has to be high to some degree.
Yeah.
Because even if it don't work out for you, you've taken them off other Premier League teams' clubs, and they definitely would have dunked on you. So at the very least, you've stopped Cunha and Mbeumo dunks. And
that's where it is slightly different to Ten Hag, because Cunha and Mbeumo are 25, 26, and they can be good under probably any
man. Yeah, or should be.
So fair play on those 2. And then what does the season look like for Man United? We've kind of already spoken about that with Amrim's future and what they're going to be on. I think depending on how long Amrim's there, but it might not even matter because of the squad and whatever. I think it's another bottom half finish.
I think it'll be 10th, man.
Yeah.
I think they'll be 10th.
Which is, that's page 1, but
just
max.
It could be goal difference.
Maybe. Yeah. Which
maybe
United are known for having negative goal difference.
Yeah. Still on negative goal difference. I think it might be on 0.
We've got to remember Palace have kept Gay. Man City. Now, this is an interesting one because after match week 1, where they bopped to Wolves 4-0, a lot of people talking about Man City, have we just forgotten about them and what Pep's doing, and Reinders and Rodri and Cherky, and they've then had back-to-back losses. They lost at home to Tottenham, then they went and lost to Brighton after being 1-0 up. 1 win from 3. Man City actually have less points than Man United. Yeah. Now, the Brighton one was interesting, yeah, because shout out Fabian Hurzeler.
We know.
Pep still hasn't got one on Fabian Hurzeler, which, come on, bro, what is going on here, yeah? What is going on?
You know what's so funny as well is whenever
Bundesliga too,
whenever Thomas Frank beats Pep, it's like a big deal. It's like, you know, Thomas Frank is one of the 2-3 managers in the world to ever have more than 2 wins over. Hustler's just come. He's just 30 with 30.
Yeah.
This is up on 2 already.
He's got 2 wins and a draw versus Pep. Both his wins came from 1-0 down.
Subs. Yeah. Hustlers had to make the subs to bring them back into it. I have to actually manage now.
No, once he made those subs. I told you, but when I saw you on Saturday, I need Rutter to be in the squad.
Yeah.
And Rutter came off the bench. Energy, technical quality.
That Gruder guy? He's pulled that finish.
That's only Brighton recruited. That's so hipster. I don't even know where he came from.
It's cold.
Yeah. Now, look, we're going to ask the question, what does the season look like for Man City? Gary Neville, I saw Gary Neville making a point that when you look at the City back four in the Brighton game, Matis, Nunes, John Stones, Kusanov, and Aït-Nouri.
Yeah. It's not saying too much.
To quote Gary Neville, a lot of Premier League teams will score goals against that back four.
Yeah, it's not saying too much.
Because that's just what it is. And on the bench was Ake, Diaz, and Akanji.
Akanji's now into Milan player.
Yeah. Akanji's now gone.
Around, flogged him to anybody that
we've already spoken about how finished Akanji's career is, right?
They shopped him to anybody that would listen.
Yeah, Palace,
Galatasaray,
Tottenham, Fabrizio dropped that rumor. Literally to anyone, but Ake stays. No rumors on Ake. No rumors on Ake. The mule. So and then Gary Neville was trying to make a point about if Ake was in there and Diaz and Stones and he was like, I know they're older, and I was like, bro, that doesn't scare me at all. Bring Ake, Diaz, Stones, and Nico Lewis or Matis Nunes or whoever you want to play at right back. That doesn't worry me at all.
I agree with that point. City's defense will be their thorn. I don't think Rodri's. I don't want to say too
let's save that one.
Yeah,
I don't want to go there yet,
I don't want to say too much, but at least athletically, like physically, I'm not worried, but like it's worrying that he might not get back to his level. But that's a good sign for the league.
What we can say is Minte had him on strings. Whenever Rodri needed to go out there and cover Aït-Nouri, it looked like there wasn't a Man City player there the way Minte was.
But Minte is actually a nightmare. You know those willing runners? Like willing...
The way Minte will track his fullback. I don't know, Hurzeler doesn't need to tell Minte to do that. He'll do that anyway.
Bro. So I think the defense would be an issue for Man City. I don't think they've done enough to address that. Even this Nico Gonzalez guy, I'm not too sure how much he's on. I thought
Gundo's gone out of nowhere, back to Gala.
Gundo just seems to be able to force whatever move he wants. A long-time Barca fan. I've always wanted to play for Barcelona. Actually, I've always wanted to play for Gala.
I want to go back to Manchester.
My Gala fan in the office was telling me, he's always been a big Gala fan. Everybody knows the Gundos. It's like, shut up.
Ederson's got to Fenerbahce. They brought in Donnarumma. Which brings us on to the next point. City's transfer window out of 10. Turkey, Branders, Donnarumma, Aït-Nouri. Like we said before I went to Canada a month ago, we were both like, Man City and Pep aren't done in the window. But the only person I think they've signed since then is Donnarumma.
It's actually quite baffling to me how Pep thinks these centre backs are enough. There must be something that he knows that we don't know. There must be something that he sees that we don't see.
Okay. He's gonna have Ake on
stem cell transfer. Ake's 25 again.
For sure. And I completely agree with that, right? Because Pep knows better. Of course, Pep knows better. So I think that Pep has his eyes on a centre back that none of us know yet, right? We know the player, but we don't know that Pep's targeting him. Yeah, so I don't know who it could be. I know maybe Ezri Konsa. Yeah, maybe Pep's looking at Ezri Konsa. Maybe Pep's looking at, I don't know if there's someone in La Liga, Jules Koundé. or something.
He's scrounging together 100 mil right now.
That's the one that Pep wants. Yeah, Pep has one guy that he wants. He's desperate for, and he's telling Tiki and whatever, and they're like, no, this deal's
Not
just
this summer,
impossible
not
to
this
do.
summer, not this
January,
summer.
I think we should be worried. Yeah? Because January, Pep's loading up the clip. He's loading up the budget. He's going to fire on all cylinders. And in January, he's going to go and spend 70, 80 on that defender.
Ridiculous.
That Araujo, whoever it is.
Should have been Mosquera.
I'm surprised Pep wasn't on that.
He was.
He missed the trick.
He was. Arteta was just first. You know how Arteta gets.
Yeah.
Arteta gets on the phone. I don't know. I'd rate City's window.
But there are allegations against Pep and certain types of players.
That's true.
Pep apparently never has a player that goes to AFCON. Apparently.
That's actually so true.
Nouri's the first one.
That's actually so true. I bet this be the first time that they don't.
Pep was always wanted to sell Mahrez every summer. It looked like Mahrez might be available to go.
I just feel like they've had maybe a 6 or a 7. I do think they've signed some decent players. Cherky, Reinders, I do like the look of those guys, the potential of those guys. But yeah, man, not signing a centre back. It's tough to judge City's window because it's like Mamouche should be a part of this window. You know, but he's already come and he's scored 10 goals or whatever it is. But without
to be fair, I guess they spent big in January, right, last year. Yeah,
Gonzalez, Kusanov, all this kind of stuff. Yeah,
it's also tough because nobody knows the extent of what level Pep will get from Reinders, Cherky.
I think Reinders will do very well, and I think he might play well without the like goals and assists always attached to it, but he's always in Pep's midfield combination. I think we said this. I think he's always going to be in Pep's midfield combination. Like he'll end up playing quite a huge amount of games just because he can be a 6, 8, 10. Yeah.
I agree.
You know.
So yeah, what are you giving it out of 10?
I'll give it 6. I'm quite actually disappointed. Oh, with Donnarumma, maybe a 7 because I don't think Trafford is enough to win the league. But yeah, I can't say I'm disappointed because I'm happy about this. But I did think that City were just gonna do what Liverpool have done.
Yeah.
Go and grab someone for 100 mil who they get Grealish and they let back at Rodrigo.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Rodrigo's not in through the door.
Yeah.
You know,
they kept Savinho though.
Yeah, true.
Savinho was never on the market. Pep just baited Tottenham fans with that one. Just toyed with them.
What would you give City's window?
The thing is, I'm asking myself, is it better than Man United's window? Because if we gave United a 7, and I'm not sure it is because Cunha and Mbeumo are big players. Like you say, I agree with you. Reinders and Cherky are good players, but I don't think I can put them in the bracket of like in terms of signings. So probably a 6, even with Donnarumma.
That's fair.
I don't even know if they sold McAtee. There were conversations about Rico Lewis going, but he stayed. So yeah, and then what does the season look like for Man City?
This is the interesting question.
I think top 4.
I think top 4. Yeah, I think for sure
they'll get that part.
But I was saying the other day, I was actually telling my friends, I was like, and this was before the Brighton game. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised, or I was like, I'm expecting Chelsea to push City all the way for 3rd place. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea somehow pip City.
Oh, I don't know. I think that we haven't had Chelsea as one of our teams on here, by the way.
And I don't think City are a massive like riser. I don't think it's gonna be like City get like or Chelsea get like 89 points and City end up on 87. I think Arsenal and Liverpool can just go on in a 2-horse title race. And if City's defense stays the way it is, you know, it could be that like high 70s, early 80s that they're battling it out with for Chelsea.
Yeah. I don't think Chelsea are getting 80 points.
You don't?
No. I think there's a lot of Chelsea gas.
I'm not majorly impressed with Chelsea, but I'm not majorly impressed with City.
Like I think if Pep fields a back 4 of 8, Nuri, Gvardiol, Diaz and Matheus Nunes, I think that's better than any back 4 Chelsea can.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. They got better keeper. So City got a better keeper as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't necessarily think Chelsea are going to have an amazing year. I think they have to be the fourth best team in the
Yeah,
country.
yeah. I think Chelsea will make top 4.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but I just wouldn't be shocked if the league, like City, can't stop the league.
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
And it's tough to say because Pep finds solutions.
Yeah.
I'm still maybe partly of mine that I think Pep just gave up last year.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think he took 6 months off. He was tired of finding me personally. I need those losses.
Do you remember that interview we watched? Last season was not a failure. Last season, players were here for 24 hours trying to figure out.
Hey, Pep, man, I've done like 7 360s on Pep between loving and hating.
I was literally about to say, you know how much we love Pep because we're football guys, but we hate Pep because we're football guys. Yeah, and Pep's done great stuff for the game, but he's also killed the game. Yeah, but when Pep does eventually go, we will miss Pep.
We will miss Pep,
even if it's just for the interviews. But I agree with you. I think Man City probably finished third. Because I don't think they've done enough. The defense is looking
Donnarumma is
weak.
big as well. He is better than Sanchez.
Yeah, but in what world is Donnarumma a Pep keeper?
He's not going to be good with his feet,
right?
I think Pep's. I don't want to say panic bought, but I think Pep's just looked at Trafford and think, you still need a couple.
Yeah.
And this is what's available.
No, Trafford's done. Trafford's done. Pep's finessed him, bro. Trafford had the move to Newcastle
lined up. Champions League
lined
football.
Up. Fee agreed. Personal terms agreed. Go to Newcastle. It's short distance from Burnley. We're all good. Pep's gone back in there. No. Tramps. We've got a buyback clause here.
I don't even know how James Trafford goes around or goes about trying to displace a treble winner. He's coming here as a treble winner.
The Champions League winner. We saw what Donnarumma dropped in. But I think you even said to me you were like, Pep might use Donnarumma just as a Champions League guy.
Yeah,
and I can see that.
Yeah, I can
just
see
as
that
like
as well.
knockout football.
Yeah,
we don't need to be able to play out or whatever. We just need our keeper to make the biggest saves in the biggest moments, which Donnarumma can do.
This team's quite tall.
Yeah,
so I'm just gonna have my 6'8" goalkeeper.
And Pep might just say, I've won 7 of these Premier Leagues. I'll throw this one away just so Trafford can learn and use it as practice for Trafford. And I'll go and try and put all my eggs in the basket of the Champions League with Donnarumma.
Me personally,
I need that. We need that. Okay, look, that's it. Chelsea fans, you're probably upset. We'll talk about you at some point, probably on the next one. We're gonna add a segment this year. I haven't actually told Michael this yet, so he won't have one. But I was thinking, you already mentioned everyone that watches this probably is on Twitter. We have a lot of laughs and jokes from what we see on Twitter. So I feel like this year we should add tweet of the week, whatever. So I do have one for this week. Amorim would play 5 at the back at Power League.
Yeah, that was good.
I love that one.
That was good.
I love that one. That was hilarious.
That was good.
I don't know. Maybe
anything
through
anything Gahey related.
Yeah.
Or anything.
You read one off there.
Anything Glasner related. About Glasner being suicidal, Glasner refusing to train his wife, having to come and calm him down at Fabrizio Romano. Anything like that. That's gonna be music. To my ears. That's gonna be music to my ears.
That's like when Centel at Brian Winters.
Yeah. Chris B. Haynes.
Yeah.
Centel has the most ridiculous tweet at Chris B. Source at Chris B. Haynes. That's nasty.
We'll add that in this season. So just signs to look forward to a bit of fun. Now, MVP and rookie. Usually we have MVP and rookie of the week. This is deadline day.
MVP and rookie in general.
MVP and rookie of the transfer window.
Oh, of the transfer window.
And I can go first on this.
Yeah.
I've got 2 MVPs. But the first one, the MVP of the transfer window, and it's amazing because this club signed Garnacho. But it has to be Chelsea. It absolutely has to be.
The way they
Chelsea.
Sell their players is crazy. I saw 22 million for Tyreek George.
16 million loan fee for Nicholas Jackson with an obligation. Nicholas Jackson has gone for 70 million.
That's crazy.
Right? We spoke about that off air. Like you say, Tyreek George. Petrovic, early on in the summer, 25 million.
They got 35, 40 million from Nkunku. He made 11 starts for Chelsea in 2 years. 11 starts in 2 years.
That's pounds as well. 35, 40 million pounds.
I just don't get it. João Felix, who was able to turn a profit on.
They got money from Brozier. They picked up money for,
and they get sell-on clauses on everybody.
Yeah,
no one. They sold Ugochukwu and someone else to Burnley for like a combined of 25. 30 mil.
Yeah.
To Burnley.
I don't get it. I don't get why clubs pay this much money.
Every club interested in a Chelsea player comes with 20 million flat fee already.
Even Noni, and we've spoken about Noni.
Yeah.
52 million.
Yeah, crazy. I will give them their credit for being able to sell players. And as much as I hate it, I don't want to give them their credit, but as much as I hate it, I just respect Chelsea's ability to launder money right in front of our faces, and like the Premier League,
Bluco,
not be able to tell them shit.
Yeah,
Chilwell's gonna go to Strasbourg.
Yeah,
or a player. How many times do we see players sign for Strasbourg, but he's gonna be a Chelsea player eminently?
Ambitious project.
In a couple of years, we expect this to be a Chelsea. It's like such and such signed for Strasbourg. We expect them to be a Chelsea player in a few years' time.
Bluco signed Enciso, and
crazy.
He was going to be a Chelsea player, but he's going to go play for Strasbourg. And bro, you tell me, how long was Mark Guiu a Sunderland player? You tell me how long before Chelsea said, "Yeah, enough of that."
It's just the fact that like the lap went down, and Chelsea had about 3 or 4 options they could call back from loan. It's not just that they had one option who needed to come back from loan.
Yeah.
There are 3 or 4 guys who was like, oh, well, actually, we'll take you back.
You made the point about Arsenal and them being like nice and whatever. The only player I can ever remember Arsenal recalling from loan is Coquelin.
It's Coquelin.
That's the only one.
Dire Straits, we had no one.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever really seen an Arsenal manager do that before.
It doesn't happen.
But yeah, so I've got Chelsea, and I reckon you might give an MVP to the other one I've got is Arsenal related.
Berto. Yeah, Big Bert.
8 players.
Yeah, come on.
You already said you didn't think this window was possible.
Come on. Transfer related, I'll give an MVP to Everton's GM. I think Everton have made some good players. Some good signings. Like Grealish, obviously Grealish is balling. He deserves like an MVP of the week. But I think Dewsbury Hall, I think Tyler Dibbling, like in terms of the exact type of profiles that Everton needed. Yeah. It might not be like, we need to wait for the final 5 games to see if Everton are safe this year.
Yeah.
You know, Everton,
no, they've got enough goals in that team now.
Yeah, Everton might be safe by March or something, or whatever it is.
For sure.
So I do give Everton a lot of credit for the business they've done. Sunderland, to be fair, I think Sunderland has done good business as well.
Good business.
Shaka and a couple other guys. Ronaldo. Yeah. Rookie windows. Oh, Newcastle, easy. Head, yo.
Even Baltimore and Wissa.
No, guys. Newcastle, we need to sit down and have a conversation. They've spent 110 million on Wissa and Elanga, who are decent players.
Good players.
110 million. Wissa had 1 year left on his deal. They spent 55 million. Again, he was going for 30.
I didn't even know this, but Wissa's 29. What? I had no idea.
They spent 55. It's Gyökeres money. That's what they've put down on. That's what they've put down on Wissa with 1 year left on his deal.
Yeah.
It was it's and I like Wissa.
But the thing is, it's mad when you pair them together. But when you tell me that you paid 55 million for a guy who did score 20 non-penalty goals,
that's the thing. The framing is the framing. But
we know Elanga's young, and we know Elanga's a threat.
But I'd say that that's good business for Newcastle. If Newcastle had just finished 8th, Newcastle had just finished 7th, and they were looking to make that push. And Newcastle just got 130, but spending 110 million, and Elanga's a good signing. I actually think that that's like zero qualms. But maybe the price is a little bit high, but whatever. But 110 million on Wissa and Elanga, I think, it's like 170 if you add this Voldemort guy in. I just think that like, I feel like you've stayed the same. Maybe they will get better. Maybe Eddie Howe does a great coaching job and everybody balls out and stuff. Yeah. But I just feel like on top of getting turned down by everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not
sticky one.
Yeah. I'm not sure about those
But Newcastle fans will tell you that they stole Watermother from Bayern. Bayern were trying all summer to sign him.
Were they? Harry Kane, I just saw them post Harry Kane 90. 90
They
goals.
spent 70 million on Jackson.
But Bayern, it doesn't matter, man. They're gonna win the league.
Yeah.
You know, there's zero flops. There's zero flops over there.
I had Fulham
As a rookie.
They now they made a cut. I saw they got Chukwueze.
Yeah.
On a loan. They obviously brought in Tyreek George, as we mentioned. But the thing with Fulham that I'm starting to realize, is that Marco Silva just needs to get out.
Yeah, they've shagged him. I was about to say,
but how many times are they going to do this to him? How many times is Marco Silva going to have a top half finish, and be there or thereabouts for European football when a conference league
zero
plays,
back in,
and just do this again with the same squad?
Well,
he's having to use Josh King as a number 10, who's a guy from the academy.
Up until today, this afternoon, there was like zero money on incomings.
They played Man United. Their only signing was a backup goalkeeper.
But there's teams like Brentford who are finishing 16th. They've spent 40 million and they're putting in 40 million pound bids.
Yeah. Even what Marco Silva would give for Dango.
That elevates him. Yeah. That gets him there.
But at the same time, I was then also thinking about it. I was like, but Brentford have Mbeumo and Wissa that they can sell for 120 million.
Yeah, who do they
right?
have?
Palace have Eze and Gehi that they can get a combined 110 million for.
Yeah.
Who do Fulham have? Who have Fulham ever had? Yeah. And this is where I've made the point before about Fulham not having a superstar or not having like real quality attacking players. Yeah. And Marco Silva just making it work. Who do Fulham have that they could get any sort of money for?
No one.
And Muniz might be top of the list. Right, and even then,
they quoted in 40 million.
40 million guys are saying is ridiculous for Muniz.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
But even then, you pay 40 million for Muniz. But where does that leave Fulham?
Also, what does 40 million get you? And the Worcester's just gone for 55.
Who do you go buy for that?
Worcester's just gone for 55.
So like at the same time as Marco Silva being shagged, I also don't really know where Fulham generate their money from.
And Craven Cottage holds 5,000 people.
So yeah, Marco Silva and Man United again. I said this when Ten Hag got sacked. They won't be smart enough to do this. The fans won't be on board with it because it won't be glamorous enough. But if Marco Silva could get a move to Man United and he played 4-3-3 there, I guarantee you in January he'd bring Zanderberger. In January
for 7 million.
Yeah,
easy chump change.
He play Mbeumo on the right.
Yeah.
He probably drop Sesko, play Cunha up top, have Bruno in the 10.
Yeah,
right. Have a left winger, just normal football.
I can't like Cunha under Marco Silva though. Might be. You might have to watch out for that guy. You might have to watch out for that.
So yeah, I've got Fulham because bro, I like how many more years? Marco Silva was tempted to go Saudi last year.
Yeah, he should have gone.
When they just robbed him of Mitrovic, they said we're just going to strip you of 20 goals, and this is going to Saudi.
No reinvestment.
No. We need.
So no, that's a really good shout. That's actually a really good shout. And I think, I was actually gonna put something needs to be said about West Ham. They're both MVPs and rookies of the week. Big win. It's not
a shout packet. That was actually cold.
West Ham are so funny because West Ham can't lose 3 games in a row. I just don't think it's possible. They'll win the third one.
Yeah.
They'll give you
away at Forest.
They'll give you 2 shocking performances. Surely this is the worst team,
including a cup game. They conceded like 10 goals.
But then it doesn't matter who the third game is. We're gonna turn up for this game. Bowen's gonna get his. Wilson's gonna get his. Wilson moved to Murillo.
Yeah.
Murillo didn't know where he was. Yeah. Bowen should have got 2 goals. I can't believe Wilson stole that off him at the end. And as you say, man, Paqueta. Oh, it's fun.
I do agree with what they're saying on Twitter. That is a cold way to tell everyone I'm staying.
It is, but I'm still very Brazilian. I'm still not sure Paqueta.
Yeah, I still thought he might leave.
Yeah,
when I saw him do that, I wasn't convinced.
It's very Brazilian to be like, love you guys, I'm staying. I'm going.
Villa. Done.
And I'm even shocked that he was so adamant to stay. I'm like, I'm like, this dressing room has to be a terrible place right now.
Yeah, for sure.
He saw where Birmingham was on the map, and he was
may as well just stay here. Even if we lose every week.
All the restaurants are here. My guys are here.
And lastly, I have to give Aston Villa one.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't even care that Aston Villa haven't done business. Because I think it's better to not do any business than to sign Jadon Sancho. So you have to get a rookie for that. And I will just have to be an even bigger Villa hater now, Emery hater.
But I mean, it's like the odds on that working, I think, are like, for me, it's like a 1 in 10 chance. Like the Emery Sancho training bus stop is so fucking banked. Is so guaranteed. There's gonna be stories. Emery doesn't like how Sancho trains, all of this kind of stuff. And by now, by the way, to close this out and to also give Ten Hag his Rookie of the Week, Ten Hag was right, guys. I don't know. I'm not on the training pitches. I'm not there at the facilities, but I know Sancho is not a good trainer. I don't need to know too much to know that Sancho is not a good trainer. I just feel as if, like, when you have this many managers, always, and I could tell at the time with how, like, emotional Sancho got when Ten Hag said he wasn't good at training.
Yeah. Statement. Immediately.
Hey, false accusations. How could they say anything about this? Where is my proof? Where's the proof? All right, he got you. You right where it hurts.
Publicly.
So I know that, and I know it's gonna come after there's a sub appearance. Sancho comes on, gets an assist, and Sancho feels like I should be starting now. This is my coming out party to Villa fans. They love me. I'm a villain, and Emery benches it. Next game, you're benched. I'm still playing, whoever the hell it is. And then it's like, oh, Sancho said something to Emery after training today.
Well, Villa will be trying to sell Sancho next summer. Guaranteed. Guaranteed they'll be trying to ship him off somewhere.
Turkey, again. Will you take this offer?
Yeah, potentially. But yeah, look, that's it from us this week. We are back after the break. We will be back it's actually international break, but we'll think of something to do next week. Put some content out, and then obviously football returns the following week. So look, thank you guys for listening. If you've made it this far, drop a comment in the video. We've asked, what does the season look like for multiple clubs? You tell us. Transfer windows out of 10, you tell us. And look, we'll see you next week. Peace.